Congressman John Curtis, we got to welcome you back onto the stage because we're presenting with you an award. But before I talk about that award, I want you to show everyone your socks. How many pairs of socks do you have?
It's embarrassing.
If you want the quickest way to John Curtis's heart, you get him a pair of socks. I wore my bee socks for you today in honor of the beehive state. But
I just got to tell you, they were giving out socks earlier, and I was having some serious sock envy. I almost boycotted the panel because I didn't get any socks.
We'll get you a pair. But before we give you this award, which is better than a sock pair, I think, we would not be here in this room without this gentleman right here. And that's the truth. 2.5 years ago, when I was in like my peak shape, which I'm not right now, but that's okay. Before COVID, or it was actually during COVID, Congressman Curtis and I went on a hike, and he was busting Chris and I's butts on this hike all the way to the top of this peak about an hour south of here. And on the way up, we had this idea to gather a bunch of Republicans, conservatives in Utah to talk about the future of the party on climate change and the future of the movement on climate change. That turned into a 25-member of Congress gathering about 6 months later here in Salt Lake City. And now that gathering turned into the second largest caucus in all of Congress, the Conservative Climate Caucus, which John Curtis founded shortly thereafter. And that is the sort of history-changing effort that deserves to be celebrated. It doesn't get the same news headlines as everybody else. John Curtis isn't out there trying to create divisive rhetoric to build his own name ID, but he's doing what elected officials are supposed to do. Change the narrative, change the policy conversation, and make this country a better place. And he's done that because he knows that that's what needs to happen for the future of this country, for the future for our environment. And he's done it largely behind the scenes because he's known it's the right thing to do. But today we're putting it out in front by giving him the Eco Right Award of 2023 at the ACC Summit, because there's no one more deserving of this award in this country. But he's also the best that our country has, I believe, in terms of leadership, and he deserves to be celebrated far and wide. Congressman Curtis, thank you for all you've done, and thank you for all you will continue to do.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Do you want to say anything?
I won't say much. Listen, he's very true about that hike. And what's amazing to me is that was only 2.5 years ago, and we dared dream that Republicans could talk about climate and do it successfully. And here we are today. Thank you. You said you wouldn't be here without me, and I just want you to know I wouldn't be here without ACC. Love you guys. Thanks for all you're doing.
This guy embodies ACC more than anybody else. He deserves to be celebrated. Keep supporting him because he's going to keep supporting us. Thanks again, Congressman. Thanks.